Awesome, welcome to the channel, everybody. It is I, Oni Pepperoni, and today we are taking a first look at Roboquest. I'm just gonna go through and play the game a little bit, give you guys a sense of what it's like to go through the levels and have your first run. So, first things first, let's just talk about just the art in general. I think that's a good place to start. This game really will remind you a lot of like that Borderlands kind of art style, mixed with a little bit of Overwatch. It's like a weird mix of things. It's that really oversaturated look, and it actually looks cool. It really reminds you of a comic book. In fact, a lot of most of the cutscenes are in a comic book panel, right? So that's really cool. But let's get into the actual gameplay. Okay, so to start off with, you have these different stats that you can upgrade throughout your runs, right? So from the top, you've got assault, which is red, precision, which is green, demolition, which is yellow, technology, which is blue, and then your abilities are purple. So I found that it's really good to pick a playstyle. You all know how this thing works, right? If you want to be precision, that's mainly sniper rifles, carbine, stuff like that. If you want to do that, you want to take that green and mix it with a purple, right? So you really want to have a mix between your main primary damage dealer while still buffing yourself with your abilities, because these abilities are really good depending on which class you pick, right? So you have these four classes. You've got Guardian, Recon, Engineer, and Commando. My favorite so far is the Guardian, the vanilla Guardian. He's really good. Next after that is Commando, then I'll take Engineer, and then Recon. But they all do offer a unique feel to your runs. It's just that I can really tell that this game was balanced around having a Guardian on your squad, because I find it a lot easier to go further with a Guardian, right? And then Commando, I just like blowing stuff up, so it's always fun. Now, as you go through your runs, you'll get these wrenches to upgrade your base. I was able to fully upgrade this as of January 2021, this version of the game, in about 6 hours. It didn't take me very long, but it was a fun process though. I'm sure, as you can see, there's probably a lot more that they have coming. But another thing is these artifacts that you get. You have your spare up, you have your mini vacuum, you have your jetpack, you have your abilities for dummies, which reduces your cooldown, and then you have the backpack, which lets you carry an extra weapon. The vacuum, I didn't really go into anything of that. That helps your collection range. It's pretty useful. It's actually really useful, especially early on when you're getting the feel for the game, or if you're playing a precision run and you don't want to expose yourself too much. It's pretty much it's super useful. Of course, having a spare life is useful. The jetpack is great for getting to different areas. There are some inaccessible areas without the jetpack, so it's good if you want to get that early upgrade in the first run, or that first level. And the backpack, I haven't really found a use for it. Honestly, I like to stick with my core 2 weapons and keep running from there. And ability cooldown is really good too. So I usually run, if I'm trying like really hard to go far, I'll take the spare head and I'll take the jetpack. But if I'm just chilling, like how I'm going to do now, I'm going to take the ability cooldown and the jetpack. So that pretty much touches on everything in the camp. So let's get into a run and go from there. Okay, awesome. So we are here in the starting area before you make your run. This is where you'll get your starting weapons and starting ability upgrade. Also, if you play this game long enough, you'll unlock this chest, and basically you can store a weapon from a previous run in here to have. So we'll take this one for now. We'll roll, we'll go assault, and then we'll take another assault weapon, preferably something that's a shotgun. So we'll take this one, right? And then I think we don't lose our affinity, do we? Yeah, we get Thugger. Okay, cool. We get Thugger on the other weapon, and we still get our assault increase +1, which is good, right? So this game does a good job of just tracking stuff, so it lets you know up there if you hit tab. So I have 3 points in assault, and it lets me know what that buys me, right? It's giving me +15 assault damage and +3 movement speed, which is great. Okay, so we'll go in. All the critical areas are the red dots on them. So also cool tip is if you switch weapons while reloading, when you come back to that weapon, it'll be loaded. Oh, didn't even notice that guy. Kind of hard to play and talk. So yeah, we're just gonna keep going. You can grind on these rails. You want to always get those guys because they have extra XP, but of course you'll be exposed like I was now. So let's get to a better position. We actually ended up taking Commando and not Guardian, which is fine. I like the Guardian class, so we'll keep rolling. Okay. So I'm not gonna speed run or anything like that, which is really satisfying in this game if you couldn't tell already. The faster you go, the more fun it is. A cool touch that they added is when you're firing the weapons, they have the little rat-tat-tat-tat noises on the side of them. I don't know why I forgot the word for onomatopoeia, but they have those written on the side, and that's really cool. I really like that. Here are these hidden optional areas, and you can choose. So, oh yeah, I didn't even say this. So, your weapons have abilities, these affixes on them, right? And the more you have is what I would refer to as a level on the weapon. So for our assault rifle, it's basically at level 2 because we have versatile and then we have thugger attached to it. For the pump shotgun, it would be at level 1 because it just has its affinity, which is assault +1. This one is at level 2. So I would normally really consider upgrading this one, but I don't think it gets me enough. So, and we're not running assault, so we are running assault, so we'll skip out on those as well. Okay. So movement in this game feels really fluid. Let's look at the upgrades as well. Oh, I like that shield. I like the shield. Yeah, combat in this game is extremely satisfying. I like the noises on the guns. They feel pretty hefty. They feel pretty strong too, especially when you get the upgrades on them pretty well. Your abilities are super useful. Oh, there we go. Almost missed out on that. So we got to the bot. So once you played enough as well. Ooh, maybe not. So once you played enough, you'll be able to unlock these sections. So you'll be able to go here or here. They're initially locked. So we'll just keep going straight ahead. Oh, wow, missed that switch. The sensitivity initially is super high as well. You want to watch out for that as well. Shit, don't want to miss out on my guy. Got him. Okay, yeah. So I think we're going to try to get to the boss so you can see what that looks like. But like you can see, this is just non-stop run and gun fun. Go as fast as you want to. Oh. You try to keep yourself safe. You always want to keep moving though. You never want to be still. That is certain death, as you can see. Oh wow, missed a lot there. I thought I got it during the animation. Sometimes if you move too quickly, it'll mess up that quick reload I was talking about. Make sure you collect all your orbs, super important. Whew, there we go. Cool, and then we make it to the next section. So, and that's how that goes. And it ranks you at the end, right? So, if you go fast enough, they give you some stuff. If you collect enough cells, they give you some stuff. So, the bonus wrenches is the stuff, which helps you upgrade a lot faster. So, okay, so this game as a roguelite, it's actually really good as a roguelite. So, it kind of solves a problem that I had with Gunfire Reborn, which is that it doesn't feel like my skill was getting rewarded, but my time playing the game was getting rewarded. And so in Gunfire Reborn, that game doesn't even really start for you until you've hit like level 100 or something. Like you got to put an absurd amount of like hours into it. This game, you feel as strong as your skills are. How well you can move around cover, how well you can manage the upgrades you picked early on. It feels a lot more skill based than Gunfire. Gunfire feels like you're really relying on the upgrades you get at the end of your runs. So there is that. I don't like that there's no matchmaking yet, but I'm sure they'll implement that sometime in the near future. So for now, you just have to have a friend that is willing to take the plunge and buy this game with you, which not everybody has. It fulfills that first responsibility of a roguelite, which is making your skill feel like it's the main thing that's driving you forward. Next is the enemy designs. They're a little bit uninspiring, I'm not gonna lie. They're not that great. I mean, they're just robots. You got short robot, tall robot, and machines that hurt you so far. But I want to chalk that up to a beta, but I don't see that changing too much, having that much variety. I've only actually ever seen one boss in this game too, and that boss he's okay. He's fine. He's a good first boss, right? The biomes in this game, I don't know if they call them biomes or they would technically be classified as biomes, but the different areas that they have are really cool. They really do change it up. You can tell which ones are more movement heavy. There's like more rails, more cover in some areas, more high arching columns and stuff you have to manage yourself around. So they did a great job with that as well. But it does feel very short though. The upgrades and stuff like that also feel more independent of the runs. Like I don't feel any stronger at the beginning of a run than I do like now than I did when I first started the game. Honestly. Like it's cool that I got these like the jetpack and everything, and you get an extra life and all that good stuff. But it's not like it increased my fire rate with all guns, or gun damage goes up, or my ability damage is always up, you know? So that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing. Because once again, it's rewarding your skill and not necessarily the amount of time you put into the game, which is good. But most good roguelites have a good balance of both, right? Like Hades has a really good balance of rewarding both your skill and the time you put into your upgrades. So, and here's the jetpack coming in handy right here. Getting one of these early upgrades. I think we go all in. Oh, we get Shredder. I like that. I'm not very accurate anyway. Let's go. Alright. I'm gonna try to make it all the way to our first boss. Yeah, and you can get lost on this map a lot. So there'll be some backtracking and you can feel like you're getting lost a little bit. But we are not lost though. But I had a flashback of me going the wrong way on one of my runs. Alright, got an upgrade. Let's go ahead and burn it. Big shots. Oh, we're almost dead, actually. Didn't really notice that. Alright, we're gonna have to try to stay alive. Activate tryhard mode. Okay, cool. Let's go through this. Let's go. Oh. Nice. Cleared that pretty well. So we'll take that. Do we need 2 AKs? No, we don't. Damn, got hit. All right, so we've reached the boss level. So this, I think we've reached the boss. Let's ooh, I want that. I want that. No, we haven't. Okay. This is like a clear room. So these kind of rooms, like, they don't let you go through until you've killed a certain amount of enemies. And these guns are great for running through everybody. Get a head bounce. You can also jump on the enemy's heads, which is useful. And we're out of here. Somebody behind me. I think I got him. I'm jumping on the head. Yeah. Jumping on the heads is super helpful. Okay, this is actually the boss room. So, what do we got? Don't really care. You can just get into it. So this is the first boss fight. The only one I've actually ever done. You should probably switch to our assault rifle. Damn, messed that up. What the hell? I got hit from behind. You also don't get any like iframes after getting hit, which is super annoying. So you can't just tank a hit and just keep going. You will get hit multiple times. This is kind of rough. Kind of got back into a corner there. Damn. He's so fast. He's dead now, though. Oh. There we go. You get your cool little 8-bit explosion. I like that, actually. It's a nice little touch. And then you're off to the next biome. But I'm actually going to go ahead and die. And then we're going to switch over and do a little bit of gameplay with another class. It doesn't matter which one. We'll just pick one at random. Okay, so we switch over to the engineer class, which you get a cool little drone, and also your melee attack switches to a taser. I know previously I said that the enemy types were not all that like varied. Like when I was saying that, I realized I need to go into a little bit more detail. When I'm saying that, I'm talking about more of how they look, not necessarily what they do and how they function. They do have like some enemies that have jetpacks. They have the enemies that are traditionally mines. Some of them have a taser kind of melee fist. The turrets kind of switch up in their intensity. So there are variations like that. I don't want you to get the wrong impression and think that the enemies are all just the same and they just are that easy going forward. They actually get a lot harder to deal with. So yeah. So we're going to move on with another playthrough. We should also talk about how this game feels as a roguelite a little bit more. Okay, so like I was saying though, so this game as a roguelike is actually pretty solid, right? So it's got all the main tenets that you would want out of a roguelike. Before we make our run, let's just touch on this for a second. So as a roguelite, you want your game to feel like it's a rewarding experience, right? So A very experienced player that knows his spots and where to go can easily get through this first level without taking any damage, which I think is great, right? So that's the first thing is really good about this game. It has just a good design that rewards being good at shooting games, right? So the next thing is the upgrade system. So you have an upgrade system and you have a way to unlock different things in the game, but where this game kind of falls short on is that there's not enough to keep you playing this game for a long time. So one of the main factors in a good roguelite for me is like making sure that I don't feel like I'm wasting my time in my runs, basically. So like I'll take Hades as an example because it's a really popular roguelite that pretty much everybody is familiar with. Like no matter how many hours you put into that game, there's almost always something else to unlock through either collecting gemstones or darkness or even keys, right? This game only has one currency, which is the wrench, and it's very limited on what you can actually unlock. So that's kind of disappointing a little bit, but this is still in beta. I'm sure they'll add more and more things for you to unlock. Having more skins is one thing that would be great. Of course, it's always a cheap way to get it in, but that's up to the devs to figure out. I'm just letting you know that it lacks that right now. Okay. I do like how it keeps the fluidity of the sessions though. So it's very easy for me to, at the end of a run, to just quickly go and switch over my my class and then just quickly start another run. It does a good job at that. And that's super important for a lot of roguelites, is to just make sure that it's easy to keep me immersed and going back to back on my runs. So it does a great job at that. It would be cool that if right when I hit start, it gives me the option to change classes. Oh, actually, oh dang, I want to go another path, but that's okay, that's fine. Yeah, but it would be great if I haven't actually used this drone not once. So there's my little droney. There you go. But yeah, it would be great if at the time I select my run, I just automatically am able, not automatically, but a menu pops up for me to switch over to a different class if I feel like it, right? So I don't have to do that extra bit of going to the side and selecting a class and then going back into it. Yeah, but all in all, this game is really good as a roguelite. Like, I don't think it doesn't fail too hard in anything. So right now it's all pretty solid and decent. So it definitely has a lot of potential. I wouldn't write this game off. It has the potential to be like maybe one of my favorite roguelites in general, maybe in my top 3, but definitely it's gonna be my favorite first-person shooter one. Definitely. I mean, it's not that much competition when it comes to first-person shooter roguelites, not that I'm aware of, but this definitely is probably shaping up to be one of my favorite roguelites that have that first-person shooting element. I didn't really enjoy Gunfire Reborn, so I'm glad this exists. Okay, and I think that's about covers most of what I wanted to show you guys. If you want to see how any of the other classes work, if you want to see any of the other weapons available, definitely go ahead and check this game out. If you're still kind of on the fence, you just want to see a little bit more gameplay, I will be streaming this pretty regularly on my Twitch channel. Links in the description box below. But just to sum things up, I think this game is really good as a roguelite. The mechanics are very tight as far as the shooting and the upgrades go. The only thing that's lackluster right now is the amount of upgrades that you have, the multiplayer. It doesn't feel quite complete yet. So with all that aside, remember that this game is still in beta. More coming soon. I will definitely do a more in-depth look at this when it comes out completely. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and stay up to date for that. But other than that, you guys, appreciate you stopping by, checking out the video. Leave a like down below, comment, and subscribe. Talk to you later.